G'day, g'day, g'day. We're back in the room. We're back on the road to 1 million, or £100,000 at a time. And I'm back to give a weekly market breakdown on the Saturday late afternoon because I'm not in the office on Sunday. It is Mother's Day and I have plans, so I intend on doing this evening and going through, giving you the quick breakdown as I only took 3 trades this week. We had issues with the funded engineer on Tuesday. They liquidity provider Blueberry Market, that they were using, MetaQuotes provider, giving us the MT4 chart. They pulled their partnership, so the funded engineer went down on Tuesday, and I got my credentials back on Friday. So I wasn't able to take the GJ trade that I took later on in the week on the funded engineer. However, I am back. They have provided a solution. They've got some in-house liquidity providers, but the platform that they use is MetaTrader 5. Now, I don't have the indicators and templates set up for MetaTrader 5, so going forward next week, I'm going to have to add it potentially to my trade copier, as the intentions were always to keep the £100,000 challenge on the road to 1 million a separate entity and trade that individually and not attach it to my trade copier and use TradeZeller to record it. So I'm going to have to mix that up next week, but that is my issue. I will get back onto that. It is currently still at 2.2%. I took some trades, the same trade idea, GU and EU, earlier on in the week on Tuesday, which I will go through now. And that put me up, I think, 0.3%. So yeah, I think it's 2.2 or 2.3% the account is currently at. And I will get back to that next week to showing you the growth and trading again once I figure out what I'm going to do. But yeah, without further ado, the 3 trades that I've taken this week. It's been a very quiet week due to NFP week. So it was quite heavy with the with red news. There was lots of red folder news throughout the week, so we had a very cautious, slow and steady week. So the first trade was GU for me. Looking at the previous week, this sort of peak formation sort of behaviour, this 4-hour harmonic that fired down here, that gave me an indication of a little bit of a reversal. The 1350 crossed to the back to the upside. There was an entry off the 4-hour harmonic here on this pullback, but it was later on the Friday, so I wasn't really interested. Monday came, we had this sort of inducement long with a retracement short, and it gave me a pullback to the 50 EMA. This first leg here and the second leg close above, I dialed into the 15 minute. However, on the hour it was a beautiful trade as well. There would have been a second entry had there not been news later on. This is a news candle, this long wick, this long body bullish candle, the green candle, that is an actual news candle. So I was cautious anyway. It was a lower lot size, and it was managed, a managed trade throughout. So the 15-minute trade, it was the entry, it was the second leg. This first leg outside the band, closed back above, closed below. Second leg inside the band, close above the market baseline and the static, and the signal line, the red line that's on there. I was cautious with this trade. I was obviously, because the news was here an hour later or an hour and 15 later, and it didn't quite close over the day open price. So it was a cautious entry with a 7 pip stop, 14 pip was it target? No, 20 pip target. Obviously the previous day's high. But we had the previous weekly high line here. So as the 15-minute rose up, this candle here, this doji candle, it wicked through the 00 line, the weekly high, the previous weekly high, sorry, and missed this previous day's high. When it came back, it didn't close above, and we had this sort of doji candle again, and it was 15 minutes before the news. I closed out. I think that was 0.7% profit. So I closed that out and managed it, and then obviously I'd already brought my stop to break even, so risk was off. However, I knew it was going to be a quiet week, so I was looking to take some profit off the table. The news then later shot up 40 pips from the 40 pip candle. But that is the nature of the beast, and I would have been in profit had I have held, as price never came back to my stop loss. But that is fine. I'm happy with that. It was an okay, well managed trade in my eyes. Obviously the news can go either way, so for me, risk off as early as possible was great. EU was the same trade idea on the 15 minute. However, EG, the Euro Great British Pound, happened to be going short, which seemed to drive this lower. As we had the 15 minute close below the EMAs, and it was minutes before the news, I closed the trade out. Hadn't quite reached my stop, and my take profit was the weekly high anyway, which the news then later drove it to. So this was a 0.3% loss. But yeah, lovely trade. I was happy with the 15 minute. It was cleaner on the 15 minute than it was on the hour, where the GU was cleaner on the hour, and the 15 minute. Again, this day open price seemed to be, which is the Asian open price. If you look here, the price candle open there, this carries this white line on. Sometimes price retraces, bounce, finds resistance and support from this white line. Which, if you look, the white line on the Asian range here, which was the day open price, seemed to be the white line exactly the next day. So price came, bounced around, chopped around on it, and then eventually broke through and continued up. But yeah, that was well managed in my case. I think this was 0.5 loss, and it was 0.2 something, 0.3. So again, this is on my Darwin account. This isn't actually on my the Funded Engineer. However, I did take this trade on the Funded Engineer, but I've ended up with a new Meta Quotes MT5, and I can't pull the previous trades onto the chart. I'm going to struggle next week with that. I need to figure that out going forward. But yeah, later on then in the week, here we go, on the Wednesday, I had this GJ trade. So for me, Great British Pound, Japanese Yen. Monday, false move week beginning, which I spoke about before. And then the real move starts to roll over on the Tuesday. We see this trap in action. Price retraced back up to the 00, the 19100 figure, and then rolled over. This would have been a nice entry, but it was too late in the day for me. And then we went into the Asian range on Wednesday, which then gave us these big move candles, wick down, big pullback, and then we see the price roll over the 50, which is a 1 hour 50 bounce. I loved this as well because it was a static bounce. This the RSI line bounced off the market baseline. You can see the market baseline rolling over and going below the static. Price closed below the signal line, the red line on here, and the 13 here. So we've seen the price shift below. We've seen a pullback, nice wick candle. My entry could have been better. It could have been further up. I think one third of the candle I took the entry, and I was looking for a 1-to-1 trade, so back down to this weekly open down here. But what happened was price then wicked the big round 19000 figure. I've seen a nice, I'm just going to zoom in for you. So I've seen a nice retracement. We've seen the next 1 hour candle close and wick this 00 figure. Then the next candle did exactly the same, creating a doji. So I closed out at, I think it was 0.3 or 0.3% of the trade. 0.2, sorry. So overall for the week it was around 0.5% profit, well managed. I was happy with the trade. This later then retraced and closed back above the 13, so that would have been a scratch anyway, or a small loss, maybe a 0.2% loss. Yeah, so those are the three trades I've taken this week. Unfortunately I didn't get the GJ. Well, it didn't really play out anyway, so no real drama with not taking it on the Funded Engineer account. But those are the three trades I took this week. I don't seem to be getting the opportunities that I'm looking for. The trades are setting up, but then they're playing out later on in the Asian range, and I'm not a big fan of holding the holding the trades through the evening. However, there's been quite a few opportunities this last month, 6 weeks, where I've read the charts right, I've got the entry fine, prices then later rolled over, trickled. Look at this trickle action, no real decision until then the Asian range, and then prices dropping 100 pips bang on there. And then continuing out, but this is like a straightaway trade in the London session. There's no pullback, there's no clean setup, not for me anyway. This is probably the most clean setup, but I didn't even look at the charts on Friday. That was a nice clean trade for me, but I wasn't at the charts. I wasn't intending on trading with NFP. So yeah, I hope this this was a lovely trade on the 15 minute as well. You got the close below, the advanced M type trade on the TDI. You got a second leg shift. There was a better entry there. Had I entered there, I may have got a 2-to-1. Oh, not quite. But I think the reason why I didn't like it on the 15 minute is because the previous day high is here and the 800 EMA, and price didn't seem to want to break through, so I then dialed into the 1 hour to see yeah, this lovely shift candle and then a lovely pullback. So I'm overall happy with the trades I've taken. I'm overall happy that there's a slight bit of profit there. I would like to get this funded engineer underway early next week. Yeah, and get ahead with that. It'd be nice to get the first £100,000 ticked off. Patience is the key for me. I'm not trying to rush this. I'm not trying to force any trades. I'm trying to remain as disciplined as possible, and I'm hoping that I'll build up some momentum and these opportunities play out in the London or New York session where I'm active and I'm able to participate in the market. But yeah, that's the weekly breakdown. Not a lot going on. Not a lot to report on. There was a few missed trades I have documented for myself, but I'm happy just sharing these. The missed trades are obviously winners. I do record the missed trades even if they're losers as well. If they're a clean setup, and I definitely would have took them had I been in front of the market or whatever else, I'll still record them. But yeah, good luck for the week coming up. I think we've got a steady week of news. Nothing too major going on. It's good to see gold at all-time highs. Bitcoin also broke 70,000, and the stocks are starting to give off a bit of steam. Nvidia's let off a little bit, as that was the main driver of these stocks and shares, the index funds. So yeah, looking forward to another juicy week this week in the crypto markets. Long may gold continue bullish, and let's see a sell-off in these stocks to give us some opportunities to DCA in and reinvest back into those who are looking long term. But yeah, other than that, peace out. Have a great week. I'll be back next week, hopefully with some good news with the funded engineer, and I've got all that set up and ready to roll. Yeah, stay safe.